perhaps you noticed at the polling place this year, if you didn't vote completely for every position, your ballot was rejected. I'm Michael Badger, and this is News View for January. No, this is February now. That's right, February 4th, 5th, 2010. Now, there's a new law enacted this year for the first time from 2007 that made it so that voters who didn't vote for everybody, when they had to, their ballot was rejected and they had to do it over again. And this, I know this happened here, and it probably happened all over the state. Thing about the election, now here's my opinion here, that I don't like locally, is, well, I can understand why Mark Sheldon, the county clerk, did this after what happened in Florida, but we've switched a few years back now to a darken the oval voting system. And I just, personally, I do not like the darken the oval voting system, where you get a ballot and you have to, with a ballpoint pen, fill in the oval with the ballpoint pen. Now, in other news about the election, we had the news that Bill Brady and Kirk Dillard, I don't think the recount is over yet. I could be wrong. When this program runs on Friday night, but they did say it could take 3 weeks for the recount to finish, for all the ballots to be counted between Bill Brady and Kirk Dillard, and I think, and also the latest news from Thursday is that Dan Hines has conceded to Governor Pat Quinn of Illinois, current governor of Illinois, and this basically means that Quinn is up against either Dillard or Brady in November, I believe. Yeah. This November, I think. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. And what happened in Florida, for those of you who may not remember or are too young, was that during the, I believe, the 2000 election, or 2000, the election in Florida, people weren't punching the ballots all the way. There was some confusion as to how to vote down there, I guess. And it became a joke, really. People inspecting for hanging chads and dimpled voting ballots, but I much preferred the old way here in Champaign County to the current darken the oval system. Uh, if they could come up with a better way than either of those, I'd like that. And in other news, in Champaign, a fire destroyed a house earlier this week, I believe. Not sure where the house was. I don't know the extent of the fire damage. I think it took the whole house, though, and ruined it. But that was in Champaign earlier this week, I believe. And here is the basic weather for Friday night into Saturday morning is snow. That's right, it looks like we could get quite a bit of snow. We're not sure how much. Could be 2 inches, it could be 7 inches, could be less. But it looks like Friday night and Saturday mornings we will have most likely snow. So I know we just lost most of the snow we've had, but it looks like this Friday night, Saturday morning, we will probably have light snow at the least. Or at least, I mean, if you have any news tips or information that you've seen yourself, please pass that along to me at the email address newsview@email.com. That's newsview@email.com. If you have any comments, questions, or news stories that you could send. Now, the election is the big news, and other news is that Carle Clinic and Carle Hospital, I believe, have merged. And in Bloomington, I think Carle Clinic and OSF have merged. If I have my information straight anyway. You can check into that or ask them if you aren't sure. Now, in other news, in Florida, somebody was killed by a shark, I believe, in Florida this week. And right after that, the day after, lots and lots of sharks were found off the coast of Florida. I don't know why, and I guess it can be dangerous to be around sharks, or if a shark's around you. In Champaign, Illinois, and Urbana, Illinois, we don't have sharks or an ocean next to us, so you're probably safe if you live here. And be careful if you visit Florida, or I guess there are sharks in the Pacific Ocean too. I've been to the Pacific Ocean at least once or twice, but I've never been to the Atlantic Ocean. So, that's enough about that. Well, right now the sky is overcast on this Thursday afternoon while we're recording this. And Friday night it's going to be dark and most likely snowing when you're seeing this. Now, if you are looking for a job, or if you know any job openings, or if you have any information about job openings, we can put those on the show next week, perhaps. And if you'll just email those to newsview@email.com, and I hope to have a website running for the show sometime this year, maybe next year, I'm not sure yet. But the address to contact me is newsview@email.com regarding the show. And if you're in Champaign-Urbana and you don't know where something is, you can ask me. Yeah, I don't know everything, but I know most of this town, the Twin Cities, as they're sometimes referred to. So if you have any questions, just email them to me at newsview@email.com. This is Newsview, and I hope you're enjoying the show. And I think it's time for a break. Welcome back to Newsview. I'm Michael Badger, and this story is the Treasury Department is saying that the U.S. debt is going to hit the proposed ceiling by the end of February. The debt in this country right now is in the trillions of dollars. This is not a good thing. I don't know for sure, but this could lead to things like inflation and other things that just we don't want to see happen, that probably will, because our debt right now is overwhelming in the U.S. That's the news about that. And once again, we have news about Busey Bank. And the fourth quarter loss is $29.2 million. The total is $327.9 million loss of the year. This is the holding company First Busey for Busey Bank. And in other news, we have a weather situation, which I mentioned earlier, that looks like we'll get some snow Friday night into Saturday morning, and it's probably going to be a little colder, but not too bad. I think the upper 20s or lower 30 degrees Fahrenheit will be what we're seeing here. And if you see any news personally or know of anyone who would like to be interviewed on this show, just pass that along to me at newsview@email.com. Thank you, and I appreciate the feedback. I've gotten some, not too much now, but just a little, and I'm glad you liked the show. I'm trying to work behind the scenes here to bring an even better show to you by this summer. We'll see how that goes. And I need credentialed reporters or even beginning reporters, citizen journalists, to contact me at newsview@email.com and feel free to ask questions. I'm here. I've got things I do every week to prepare for this show, and I hope to expand soon, sometime this year. We'll see if that happens too. I'll let you know. And for all the news about everything, hopefully we'll have a website soon for that. And the election is probably the biggest news right now. Last week I talked about the State of the Union address by President Obama this year, and some of you wanted more of an opinion from me about that. My opinion isn't fully formed because I didn't catch everything. Like I said, I was in an interesting chat room while I was watching and listening, and sometimes it's hard to concentrate on two things at once, especially for me. The State of the Union, though, could have been better. It could have been shorter and more to the point. That's what I'll say right now. There could have been important issues brought up more, I thought, but I didn't catch everything. There were technical difficulties with the stream I was watching, so we'll try it again next year, see where I get the information from about next year, and we'll just see what happens between now and then. All from Urbana-Champaign, Illinois, or Champaign-Urbana. I say Urbana-Champaign mostly now for this show because I recorded in Urbana. So I hope you have been informed by this show. I'm doing the best I can to get more news, and I want your input. So here's the email address again, newsview@email.com. That's Newsview, one word, the @ email.com. Okay, enough of that for now. I don't know if the McDonald's down the road has reopened yet or not. They've remodeled it. I think they've added things to it and taken things out of it. That's all I know about that for now. I think Curtis Road still has a little closure in one of the lanes in Champaign at the corner of Mattis and Curtis, just across from Carl Clinic, which I mentioned earlier because I believe they've merged with Carl Hospital. And, well, this is Newsview, and it looks like snow for the weekend, at least for the beginning of the weekend. I don't know if the snow will stick around. It could if we get a lot. Snow can be good, and the snow can, like we had in January last month, the snow was on top of ice and the snow was very slippery. I did fall. I did slip. I don't usually, but I did once. I got right back up again. Fortunately, I'm okay and able to bring you at least a little bit of the news of what's going on. I guess they found the man who murdered the Muhammad woman who worked at the Champagne Meyer. At least that's what I understand. And in other news, the other TV stations around town have switched from analog about a year ago to digital, except for two. There are two analog stations here still out there. One is a retransmission of TBN, and the other is a home shopping channel. And they're both still analog. This show is on cable and is not over the air, at least not now. I don't know if it ever would be, probably not, but we'll see. There is no public access digital over the air channel. So, as long as I can do this, I will, probably. I'm hoping so, anyway. I am looking for work still. Haven't found it yet. Times are tough, as you probably know. And Champaign-Urbana is still a nice place, like I said last week. And the snow should probably stick around at least for the weekend. And who knows, it may snow a lot, may snow a little. If it snows a lot, you can probably go sledding. Some people say they're tired of hearing about or seeing people sledding on the news. I'm probably not going to bring you back any pictures of anybody sledding on the news here. And I could, but I don't think I will. I understand hard news is popular right now, so that's why I'll try to bring you most of the time. Sometimes we have some fun. We have a little bit of levity here and there. Some people would like to see more. Um, I will try to provide what I think is best for this, my TV show Newsview. And coming for the second birthday of Newsview are some exciting changes, at least exciting to me, and it should be a good experience on TV all around this year on Newsview. So with that, I'll say good night, and don't forget to tune in next week for Newsview, Friday nights at 9 right now on UPTV, Channel 6 on Comcast, and Channel 99 Urbana on AT&T TV. So this is Michael Badger signing off for tonight, and you've been watching Newsview. Thank you.